Welcome to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
I'm Candace.
I'm Lariah.
And I'm Lacey. Grab a drink and come hang with us at the Hangar Bar. Hello everyone, welcome back to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. It's just me, Lacey, and Lariah here.
Hey.
And before we get started on this episode, I do want to remind you to go on over to our Instagram and Facebook, both at Hanging at the Hangar Bar, and follow us there, and where you can chat with us and give us episode ideas. All right, so in this episode, we are actually just going to play a little game of this or that. Both Lariah and I chose 7 different this or that questions, and yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Lariah, do you want to do your first this or that question?
Sure. Okay, first off, I have Epcot versus Magic Kingdom.
Okay, this one is hard because those are my 2 favorite parks, but I'm actually gonna go with Epcot. That is my all-time favorite.
Okay, I'm going with Magic Kingdom.
Why did you pick Magic Kingdom?
All the specials are there. Epcot is very special and amazing, but it wouldn't be a Disney trip without Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that's true. Magic Kingdom is so great. I couldn't imagine a trip without going and seeing the castle. Mm-hmm. I feel like it wouldn't be as complete, but Epcot is just, I love the like 80s and 90s vibes it gives off, and how like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the rides are pretty educational, mm-hmm. and my nerdy heart just really likes that. So, all right. We're just going to switch back and forth, I figured.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is breakfast at Ohana or at Garden Grill?
That is really hard.
Yeah, I know. Both are character dining experiences if you haven't been to either or both. And we had the pleasure of doing both on our last trip, and we all really, really liked both of them, so...
Okay, I think I would pick Ohana just because I had such a spectacular time there. But Garden Grill way surprised me, and that restaurant now has a very special place in my heart. And I think that is a go-to place every single time we
like
go.
A must-do?
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. It's such a unique, and the characters that are there are the best. Mm-hmm. Like, we just had the best time meeting all of those characters, so yeah. I actually chose Ohana as well. I'm a huge fan of like windows and scenery and all of that stuff, and the Polynesian is my all-time favorite resort. So just being there and eating breakfast with all of like the fun little characters dressed up in like their Hawaiian gear was so much fun, and I just love the vibe and all of the natural light and all of that. It was a super relaxing but also super fun breakfast.
Yes, I agree.
And both, if I'm sure everyone is aware, but if you didn't know, both are served family style, which I really liked. Mm-hmm. So,
all right, next up I have Pandora versus Galaxy's Edge.
This is so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is so hard, but I think I'm gonna go with Pandora, because I've always been a big fan. I mean, both of us have been a big fan of Avatar ever since it came out. Really liked it. When I heard that Disney World was building a whole Pandora land, I got really excited, and honestly, going there, it was so surreal. Like, the way they designed it was amazing. Next time we go, I definitely want to spend more time in Pandora and see it. We went over there and the sun was kind of setting, so we got a little bit of daytime, but mostly nighttime, which was so cool. I won't spoil it for anyone, but if you haven't gone to Pandora during the nighttime, I highly recommend you do, because it's really cool at night. But yeah, I'd choose Pandora.
I choose Pandora as well. It is the most fantastic way to end your night in Animal Kingdom, in my opinion, and it's just so calming. Whereas Galaxy's Edge is really cool and phenomenal, but it's just so busy.
Yeah.
That Pandora just brings a nice little calming evening to your day.
All right, yes, Pandora is the best. I want to eat there so bad.
Yes.
All right, mine is, do you like the water taxi or monorail more?
This one's easy. I like the monorail.
Yep, that's my choice too. Yes, you've been on the water taxi, yeah. That was my choice too. I love the monorail so much. You get a really good view as well. Lariah is deathly afraid of gators, crocodiles, any sort of alligator-like creature. So I kind of have a feeling that you prefer the monorail over the water taxi for that reason.
Mostly, yes.
Okay.
But the monorail feels like it's your own little town. Like,
yeah.
kind of like, I don't know, you know what I'm trying
world.
to...
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, the monorail is super fun.
Next up, I have a ride one, and the rides I chose were Little Mermaid versus Nemo and Friends.
Interesting that you picked these, because these are like your least favorite rides.
I know. I like to give myself a little bit of a challenge.
Oh. I pick Little Mermaid. I love that ride, and you know that.
Yes. I'm going with Nemo and Friends, because I'm starting to remember more and more about my time on that ride, and I do think I like it a little more than what my first opinion was.
Right.
Going back and recalling it.
Really?
Just because of all the different memories get kind of jumbled up, so. But I think I really like that ride.
Next one is, I have a feeling that you're going to pick, one over the other, but had to put it out there, and it's Joffrey's or Starbucks.
It's so easy. It's Joffrey's.
Yeah, that's mine too. If you're a coffee fan, we love Starbucks. We had an unfortunate experience today with Starbucks in our city, but for the most part, we really like Starbucks. They have really good coffee and all of that. If you have not tried Joffrey's yet, I really recommend that you do. Joffrey's is just really, really good, and it's also, Joffrey's is just pretty, I don't want to say exclusive with Disney, but I don't know if they have like their individual shops anywhere, but I do know that, if you go to Disney often, you're a coffee fan, I highly recommend getting Joffrey's. That's what we both picked.
Yes.
Highly recommend.
All right. Next up, I have Mickey pretzel versus Mickey ice cream.
Okay, so since I do not eat dairy, I am going to obviously pick the Mickey pretzel. However, if they had a dairy-free one, I would still pick the pretzel.
I agree, even though I had neither. Just thought it would be a fun one.
Yeah.
I want to try the pretzel more.
Yeah.
Than the ice cream.
Yeah. There's just something about a soft pretzel is just really good, and then when it's Mickey's head, even better. Even better. All right. Soarin' or Flights of Passage?
Flights of Passage.
Yeah.
Soarin' is really cool though, but Flights of Passage is just way too freaking cool.
Yeah. So Lariah's first trip and only trip so far, was, my gosh, rewind. So Lariah actually experienced flights of passage before Soarin. So I feel like your expectations for simulation rides had to have been like a 10, because if you have not been on flights of passage, one of the best simulation rides ever, in my opinion. And we really haven't gone on a whole lot. I know they have more sort of simulation rides now, maybe. I'm not really sure what, like, what is it called? The new one in Galaxy's Edge?
Smuggler's Run?
No, that one is a simulation ride that we went on. It's the newest
Rise of the Resistance?
Yeah, is that a simulation ride? Because I don't think it is. It's like a new style of ride. I don't know. But anyway, Lariah's first, like, simulation ride was Flights of Passage, which that one is just, it's insane how real it feels. So, yeah, that one I knew writing it down, it wasn't going to be, like, you know, it was going to be an obvious answer.
Well, though, now going back and thinking about it, it's in the land pavilion in Epcot, and that whole pavilion gives you like this 80s sort of newer technology vibe. So it kind of just goes right along with the theme.
Right.
Even though it's supposed to be more futuristic, but now it fits even more perfectly in a land that's like kind of old school.
Yes, I love that pavilion as well. It's super cozy in there. I'd really like to eat there too. I know we ate at Garden Grill, but I want to eat at like I don't know what it's exactly called, but like the
quick service.
Yeah, like the food court-ish area. I'm sure it's called something. I am horrible at remembering names, but yes, so Flights of Passage won from both of us.
All right, next up, I have the Grand Floridian versus the Poly.
Okay, this one is hard because both are awesome resorts and I'd love to stay at both of them someday. And they both give off like super like different vibes. Like one is more like tropical Hawaiian, like, I mean, obviously it's called the Polynesian, but it's just very like, you feel like you're in a completely different like area. Like you don't feel like you're in Florida. And then the Grand Floridian is more like, you know, that to me is like garden party and like fancy princess. Palace. Yeah. But my favorite is definitely the Polynesian. I just love all the flowers and the water and like even outside, I love the way it looks and everything. It's just, that is my whole cup of tea. I love it.
Oh, yeah, same here. It just feels like more of a adventure.
Yeah, like you're not in Florida. It feels like you're transported somewhere else.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite too?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought yours was the Grand Floridian.
No, it's the Poly.
Are you serious? Oh, interesting.
I would love to stay at the Grand Floridian. But
yeah. I just know how much when we left, how much you talked about the Grand Floridian on the way home.
It was stunning. It was absolutely stunning, but to stay in as a resort, I would pick the Poly.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Mouse Gears or the Emporium for gift shops?
I'm going the Emporium.
Really?
It's so big and it's so beautiful and it's so elegant. And it kind of just contradicts what I said about the resorts that went up against one another. But I don't know. I love a bit of elegance, but it kind of reminded me of Home Alone 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like the toys?
Yeah.
Toy store? Okay.
Yeah.
I can see why you say that. Mine is Mouse Gears in Epcot. That's a big reason why I love Epcot, and I love Mouse Gears. It's just one of my favorites ever. I think that's where we saw the lady with all the Buzz Lightyears too.
It sure was.
Okay. So it just holds special memories.
Extra special memories.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have a little bit of a spooky one. I have the Haunted Mansion versus Tower of Terror.
This one is easy for me. I'm not the biggest fan of Tower of Terror.
You're a crazy woman.
I know. I don't know why. I always thought I would love it. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. So I'm obviously going to go with Haunted Mansion.
This one is really hard. And honestly, now I'm kicking myself for putting that down. But I think I would choose Haunted Mansion too.
Really?
Even though they're both great storytelling. Rides and
super atmospheric. Like,
yes.
the queue, like the whole thing. Again, you don't feel like you're at Disney World. You're like, you feel like you're, you know, in like the Haunted Mansion or at like Tower of Terror Hotel.
Yes.
Like, it's creepy.
I just think how much fun it would be to like be a cast member at Tower of Terror.
Yeah,
ride.
that would be really cool.
But anyways,
I totally thought you were gonna pick Tower of Terror, so that's
I thought
crazy.
I was too, and then I had to think about it a little more, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're both really fun though. Okay, California Grill or Morimoto?
I'm going Morimoto.
Yeah, that restaurant is insane.
I cannot. And it just, like, it's extra special because of our childhood memories of watching Iron Chef and going to eat at one of their restaurants.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That was just insane.
We grew up watching Food Network with our mom. That was, like, one of her favorite things to watch. So we would watch all of those Food Network shows, like Iron Chef and Chopped and, like, all of the... Like, we know, like, all of the Food Network chefs. So that going there was kind of, like, you know, really cool to see that. To actually, like, go to someone's restaurant that you, like, know the chef. Like, not personally, of course. But, like, yeah, that would be crazy. This one's hard for me because the first time I went to California Grill was like a life-changing experience. Like, I think at the time that was the most like fanciest restaurant I've ever been to. And it's just like crazy because the first time I went, it was at night. Like, it was dark outside. Yeah, it was really cool. And you get a view of the fireworks when you're there. So it's like extra cool. They dim the lights in the restaurant, and then the music from, I think it was Wishes at the time. Yeah, I think it was Wishes, not Happily Ever After. I can't remember.
Fantastic?
No, that was Epcot.
That was Epcot?
Yeah. Maybe it was Happily Ever After. I can't remember which one it was at the time. It was in 2014. That's what I know. And so, yeah, watching the fireworks and just, like, getting all dressed up. And, you know, if you've been there, it's a pretty fancy restaurant and all of that. But this last time when we went in the, like, super early evening, late afternoon time, so it was still light outside and it was still fun, but there's just something about going to a restaurant when it's dark outside. I don't know what it is, but it just creates this whole different, like, I don't know.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah, and you just, I don't know, it's just, it feels different. And so we went to Morimoto when it was darker outside, and I don't know, that experience was just amazing. Like, the cast members were great, our waitress was just amazing, and then I also love that you get to see what's going on in the kitchen. Like, in my mind, I always imagine a kitchen being super, super chaotic, and it kind of stresses me out to think about it. But seeing the kitchen, I feel like everything was so, like, organized, and everyone looked like, you know, they weren't overly stressed. And also, I'm a big judge, like, I judge bathrooms really harshly. Like, if I go to a restaurant and I use the restroom and it's, like, you know, not a cool bathroom, you know, that takes down a star. Their bathrooms were really cool. So, yeah, and the food is obviously amazing. So.
Okay. For my last question, you have to pick between one of the festivals at Epcot. So we have Flower and Garden,
Okay.
we have Food and Wine, and then we have
Festival of the Arts.
Festival of the Arts.
Okay, I am going to pick Food and Wine because it does take place near the end of summer.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, obviously Food and Wine, I know they serve like food at all three of the festivals, but Food and Wine, that's the one I've always wanted to go to.
Yeah, that one sounds freaking delicious, and atmospherically, with it being fallish,
Yeah.
just sounds very cool. But I'm going with Flower and Garden.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
My brain is noodled.
Yeah.
Just because I love the spring, and it's very right up my alley with the garden and they have different smelling flowers, and the food just looks so
Springy and
very
fun.
springy and gardeny and foodie.
Right. I would go to any of them, to be honest, though.
Oh, for
I
sure.
want to try going to them sometime. That'd be fun. All right. And my last question is going to be lunch with Donald Duck or lunch with Pluto?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard one, but I'm gonna have to go lunch with Pluto.
Really?
Even though I think lunch with Donald would be super funny.
Yep. I choose Donald Duck because he's hilarious and kind of a stinker, and I just think it would be so much fun to go get lunch with him and just see him, just be entertained.
Stink it up.
Yeah. But, yeah. So this was really fun. Let us know if you liked these kind of episodes. We can always think of more this or that's to do. It was super easy to come up with our list just because this wasn't really like a categorized. We just kind of did open Disney World this or that. So yeah, just let us know if you want more of these kinds of videos because we love doing them. We love playing little games and all of that. And yeah, don't forget to check us out over at our Instagram and Facebook, both at Hangin' at the Hangar Bar. And if you have any video idea or episode suggestions, please let us know what you want to hear. And yeah, we will see you, or not see you, but hope to have you there at our next,
in your ear.
yeah, have us speak in your ear in our next episode.